Welcome, life editors. Do you like my terrorific setup for Halloween? This is my favorite holiday because we all need to give in to those darker impulses sometimes. 2020 has been downright scary already, but I'm not letting the chaos of the year dampen my spirit. Today is the next installment of my Edit My Life series, where I show you the changes I'm making in my life and business. First, I'll share the spooktacular books I'm reading this month. Next, I'll lead you through a tour of my Dungeon of Doom, otherwise known as my new home office. Next, I'll give you a business update and a sneak peek at my annual Face Your Fear Week. And finally, I'll show you how I'm attracting abundance into my life with a little law of attraction magic. You can find the timestamps for each of these sections in the video description. This October, I'm embracing the darkness of fall by enjoying some self-reflection, bringing an old love back from the dead, and casting my life editing spell over everything. It's time to edit my life. Let's go! I'm Sage Grayson, a former book editor turned life coach. I help ambitious career women edit their habits, routines, and mindsets to balance their happiness at work and home. I'm a life editor, and so are you. Today, I'm sharing my Edit My Life plan for October. Before we get started, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of my life editing videos. Plus, you'll be first to know when I launch new products and programs. Now, you foolish mortals, allow me to share the books that I'm reading in October. The first book I read this month was a retelling of the book Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. This is Midnight Sun. For those of you who don't know, the Twilight Saga is a young adult series that follows a human girl who falls in love with a vampire. Midnight Sun is that same story, but told from the point of view of the vampire, Edward Cullen. I was so excited to read Midnight Sun because I actually read half of it 10 years ago. Stephenie Meyer was writing the book, but then part of it was leaked online, and she felt so hurt and betrayed that she stopped writing and said she might never finish the book. But she did put the PDF of the part that had leaked on her website so that other people could read it. And that's where I first downloaded it and read Midnight Sun. I am so happy that she finally finished the story, and it was such a treat to revisit these characters and settings that I loved so much a decade ago. It was the perfect spooky love story for October. This month, I'm also rereading a fun book of spells and affirmations called Basic Witches. I bought this book a few years ago, and it is so cute with gorgeous illustrations of these emo witches doing the different exercises. There are activities for attracting success, protection spells, and other ways to own your self-worth and exude power in everything you do. I definitely recommend Basic Witches if you want something light and enchanting to read. Next, I'm conjuring up some spooktacular tales of strong women witches with the short story collection, Toil and Trouble. I'm absolutely in love with this cover art that puts me in a dreamy fall mood. I've been saving these stories for closer to Halloween, and I've really been enjoying short story collections where I can read one story before bed and then not feel like I'm leaving off on a cliffhanger. Let me know in the comments if you have any other short story collections that I should check out. And the final book I read this month deals with something truly scary: depression, grief, and the uncertainty of modern life. Solutions and Other Problems by Ali Brosh is her long-awaited sequel to the bestseller Hyperbole and a Half. Brosh is one of my favorite comic artists because she uses her somewhat crude stick figure drawings to expertly describe what it's really like to live with mental illness. I laughed, I cried, and I felt understood. Do yourself a favor and get a copy of this book. I'll leave the links below where you can get a copy of all of these books so you can read along with me this month. Now, my wicked witches, let me show you where I park my broomstick. At the end of September, I moved from a teeny tiny apartment into a much larger house. I'm still in the suburbs of Los Angeles, but I can't even begin to describe to you how thankful I am to be away from that old, noisy neighborhood. I can hear myself think, and that means I can record videos without dealing with noise pollution. So let me walk you through my new office. Here is my desk, and it's not normally covered in pumpkins and skulls. But that bold artwork that is usually behind me in my videos, it's now above my desk so I can look at it as I'm working. I've mentioned this before in other videos, but my desk is actually a child-sized desk. As I've gotten older, I've found myself less inclined to put up with things that don't work for me and my height. This includes buying a kid's desk, lowering the toilet seat so my feet touch the ground, lowering cabinets in the kitchen, lowering closet rods, and other things. Look, I'm 5 feet tall and I want to feel comfortable in my own home. I also got these new lights that have all the colors of the rainbows so I can really add some pizzazz to my videos. I am waiting for a smaller vanity table to arrive, but that will go here under the window. I've also got my super cute rolling cart, and it holds some of my office supplies and other crafts that I'm working on. I got some new art. And then I just love these ladder bookcases where I have a lot of my books and other knickknacks. This is what people see behind my videos now, especially in my live streams that I do in my Life Editor Clubhouse Facebook group. I've tried to arrange my knickknacks by color, but I probably will be rearranging these from time to time. And here are more bookcases and some more Halloween decorations. I had to get rid of a lot of my books last year as I moved repeatedly, so I am looking forward to filling up this bookcase again. I adore this typewriter print that I got from IKEA and this little clock, which is a nod to my new Startup in 60 program. And then over here, I've got a closet with a dresser and my Buddha and Bing Bong, my two spiritual advisors, as it were. So I'm probably gonna do another home tour in a couple months once I've filled out the space more. Let me know if there's anything that you wanna see, such as my favorite office supplies, or a close-up of my bookshelves, or whatever. And now, an update for my bewitching business owners. Remember in my last Edit My Life video where I mentioned my goal planning course that will be released in December? Well, that's still happening, but another one of my courses has risen from the dead and will be haunting us in just a couple weeks. If you're on my email list, and you can join us by signing up below, then you already know that my popular time management course for entrepreneurs, Startup in 60, is coming back. Startup in 60 is a time management program for busy women who are ready to finally start their own businesses, whether they have 60 days, 60 minutes, or even just 60 seconds. Yes, you can start your own business, even if you only have 1 minute per day. I first released Startup in 60 about 5 years ago, and it was a big hit because it helps you bust through your excuses so that you're making noticeable progress every day. But after a while, some of the content really needed updating. That's just the nature of having an online business. Technology and systems change super fast. So I retired the program for about 2 years, but now it's revamped, updated, and ready to help you start a business from scratch in just 60 days. If that sounds something that you want to know more about, click the link below to get on the early bird list. Later this month, you'll get more sneak peeks of Startup in 60 as I host my annual Face Your Fear Week. Instead of general fears, this year we're tackling business fears to get to the root of what holds you back from becoming a successful business owner. Stay tuned, my pretties. Lastly, I want to end this video with a law of attraction exercise that I've been using lately to feel more inspired and focus on the goals that are important to me right now. When I launch my goal planning course in December, I'll share more about how you can pick the right goals for you. But for now, let's just assume that you have some type of goal that you're working towards. One tool that you might want to try is the 55 by 5 scripting technique. Scripting is also known as aspiration journaling, and that's where you write about your goals as if they have already happened. So instead of writing, "Oh, I hate where I'm living," instead you would write, "I am so happy and grateful to live in a beautiful house in a great neighborhood," which is exactly what I did to get on the right wavelength to attract the house that I'm living in now. So the 55 by 5 technique is where you write out your goal by hand 55 times every day for 5 days. I wanted to get a new notebook for this exercise, so I went online and I found these adorable little notebooks that have like these 90s patterns on it. I'm a 90s kid, so you know I love this. And they're really inspiring me right now. So at the beginning of October, as I was drinking my morning cup of coffee, I wrote down my goal 55 times before I started any of my work for the day. Now I've already received part of my October goal, but I'll have to check in with you later to let you know if I'm completely successful. Whether or not you believe in the law of attraction or universal energy, the simple act of writing down your goals by hand in the morning will reinforce their importance. Leave a comment below and let me know if you've ever tried the 55 by 5 manifestation technique, and did it work for you? That's it! This has been my Edit My Life plan for October. What are you doing to edit your life and business this month? As always, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. It helps my videos be recommended to other life editors just like you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.